Can you guys hear me now? Can anybody hear me? All right, I'm sorry. Do you guys have any audio? You can hear it? All right. Yeah, let me know in the chat if you guys can hear it now. Okay. Wow. So I've been running for 7 minutes just talking to myself and not even realizing. I am so sorry. Ugh. I was looking for a windscreen for so long that I didn't even realize I didn't have my microphone on. All right, so I'm sorry. Those were the Vago garden beds that we were looking at. Sorry, I feel like an idiot. All right, so these are the Christmas trees out here. The earlier Christmas tree I was pointing out was one that was strangely shaped for some reason. Most of these are looking really good, but on occasion you get some that just grow really weird. It's just been a very unusual growing season this year. So this is one of our nicer ones. Let me see. I think this is a Fraser fir. Probably so, because he's a little bit taller. So the Frasers really do grow nicely. They're a slower growing tree, so they cost a little bit more. I mean, for us to buy them, but he's just, look at me. So from here to here, that's all new growth from this year. That guy over there too. Now this one, I think we planted this one last year. And so this one's doing pretty good. A little pale, and this is why we put the geese out here, is to give them a little bit organic fertilizer. In theory, it's kind of an experiment to see if it'll even work. And I'm looking younger today. It just depends on what's happening. And if there's wind in the mic, I'm sorry. I was looking for a windscreen, which is what I was saying at the very beginning of the video, which apparently wasn't working. But you can see all the geese have just eaten down a lot of the grass. They don't really eat the weeds. And you can see a lot of the weeds back there. But the downside of putting the geese out here is that we can't mow it because there's not really any way to turn the lawnmower around. So yeah, it's kind of a work in progress trying to figure out if this is going to work or not. Here's a tree that they actually were kind of nibbling on a little bit too much. And we got a Japanese beetle up on here, so we got to watch him. So I went through and I clipped this tree back. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bend this tip up right here. This is going to be the new top of the tree. Same thing with this one right here. Doesn't actually realize it needed a new tip and started putting this one up on its own. So that's good. So this will grow up and be a longer tree. And this one's probably going to need a little bit more work. Probably going to have to take this back to encourage this one to grow up a little bit more. Oh, here's a good example. So this is one that I actually did that on. See this, the spray paint right here? This was one that I wasn't sure if I was going to have to clip up more, but he is going to need this clipped up. Well, look at, this is all stuff that he grew up. Where was he? Huh. I'm not even sure what this one was anymore, but this one didn't have a head on it, just like the one I showed you. And now this is all stuff that I grew this year. So I went through the beginning of the season, and any of them that didn't have a head, like a definitive point on the top, I spray painted them so I could mark them. That's probably one of the best things I did this year. I think maybe even better would be to attach a flag to it, because then I really could see it from far away. Let's go see what the geese are doing over here. They're pretty quiet. I'm going to lose yet today, so that's good. Yeah. Oh, look at, we got a Marnock butterfly over here. We do have a lot of butterflies out here on the farm, which is really nice. We do have a lot of milkweed. Oh, there's the geese. Oh, good thing I popped out here. Looks like my door popping open. Yeah, get something better way of closing this. Hi, friends. What you guys doing? You guys probably want some more water, don't you? So these guys just got moved a little less than a week ago. This is electric net fencing, which is really nice, but I don't know if it's necessarily on all the time. And then what's even cooler about this is I have it running on a solar charger. down here, because if you're moving the fence, well, but I mean, I still have these stakes. They actually make ground rods that are temporary, and I didn't know that until after I put these stupid things in. But this is our solar setup. So I'm using one of those little power banks that you guys see all over YouTube. And I've got a couple of these that I've had sponsored over the years. And this one is EBL. And the only thing I don't like about it is that it turns off after like, I don't know, 12 hours, 6 hours, something like that. Let's see this. There it goes. And so you have to come back every morning and turn it back on. Oop, fell in a hole. So this is our DC solar charger. And then honestly, this fence uses such little electricity that I don't even really need the solar panel on it because it doesn't even eat anything. You know, a whole week and it's maybe used maybe 10% of the battery on that thing. There's our hay rake sitting up here. Man, this paint is fading so much. All right, so I know you guys have been waiting for the house tour. Oh, there's the house. Boom, right there. So if you guys are on the other channel, you guys are on the part where we're adding the trusses. I just put that video out yesterday. And the link for that channel is in the video description, or it's on the main channel page as well. So where is it? I can't even find it. Current house, new house. So we have the roof on. We have all the windows except for that one, which is on order, and all the doors. So as long as I have service, can't make any promises it'll last, but we'll give it a shot. We don't have wiring in, but we do have can lights in up on the top. So we're gonna have soffit lighting all the way around this. And our porch, we have our porch board. We have to get the porch roof on that yet. Oh, let's see, I guess we'll go in the front door. And then this is gonna be backfilled up here. And so actually when the builders went through and put the porch on, so underneath this is our safe room, and it's an actual room. And you're supposed to go through with foam and put foam down and then pour the cement over top. But they didn't secure the foam down when they poured the cement, so it started floating all over, and it made a mess when they pulled the boards off. So they've been trying to patch it up, but it wasn't working. So ultimately, yeah, I mean, it's not cool for a brand new pad. So what they decided they'll do is they're gonna actually put some stone facing on that free of charge for us. So that's pretty cool. Here's our 8-foot tall door. Ooh, there's the wind. All right, you ready? And here we go. You gonna come in, Carl? Come on. All right, so this is a sneak peek. So we actually have our 16-foot slider back there, and the boys got that in with no trouble at all. That was one of our biggest scores on the house. And then we've got our basement down there. And then the windows, and the wall. And so we have all of the framing up right now except for the loft. Sorry. We don't have the loft framed in. Eric and I are going to do that probably this week. We're going to go through. So we're going to have an open loft right here in the front. And then the rear part towards the back is going to be office space. So we have a master bedroom right here, which we also made smaller because it did come to right here. And then we bumped it in because it was just too narrow in this space. And if we walk in here, this is going to be the big space. We've got a toilet room right there. We have a walk-in closet right here, but right here, this is going to be the space right here that if you guys are not familiar with the other channel, you're going to want to watch it just for this. Well, this and that bathroom too. So this bathroom is going to be absolutely to die for. So we're doing the new trend of the freestanding bathtub with a shower in one whole unit. So normally when you're thinking of shower tub combo, you're thinking of this thing right here, where you've got a bathtub and then you have a shower head coming down, which is what this is going to be. But the one over there, and this is going to make you dizzy walking through here, sorry. The one over here, this, you're going to have to think of like Tahitian spa or high-end Bahama hotel. I don't know. We don't ever travel. We don't go anywhere. So we're like, well, since we don't travel and go anywhere, this is going to be our vacation spa. So we're going to have a waterfall. Yeah, I said waterfall. We have, is it 14 feet up to there? And over there is 10 feet. Well, maybe that's 12 feet over there. Either way, so we're going to have maybe like an opening up here with some lights in there to kind of simulate like a cave hole. And then there's going to be like a waterfall shower head coming down right here. And then some rock on the back wall. And then a big soaker tub right, actually Eric won soaker tub back there. And then like a little bench seat and some plants and stuff in here. So it's going to be very, very tropical, very, very unique. Not what you would expect with a bathroom, but just kind of over the top, but still very much in budget. Very much in budget, because that is our goal. And then this one right here is going to be kind of more of a kind of Venetian style. We're going to have kind of darker tones and a warm amber glow. So we're going to have, we've got the dark cabinet here. We have a black granite top for that. We got this on clearance at Menards. It was a display model. And then we're going to have a little bit of lighter wood accents and maybe some brushed bronze tones with some hints of, what is it, brushed gold. And then that's going to be black tile slate with some bright reddish LEDs in the back, just like a little light bar in the back. So it's gonna really pop. So, and then there's the stairs up to the loft. This over here, coming back in here, this whole space from here to here is the kitchen. And so this is the kitchen that we bought out of the $2 million house for $5,000. $5,000, but paid, what did we pay? We've had it in storage since 2020 of November, and we pay $100 a month on storage fees. So maybe another $5,000 to store it, maybe. But still, if you figure $10,000 for a kitchen set, huge kitchen set with 5 pieces of granite, it's not just this kitchen set, but there's a second kitchen back here. Yeah, second kitchen. I mean, not a full kitchen. It's got a sink, the dishwasher's in there. I think there's room for another fridge. I think the microwave goes in there too. And then 2 slabs of granite. So, I mean, it's just a heck of a buy, and it's going to need updating, but we're going to go through and see if we can update it, get it to fit the space, because we literally built this house around that kitchen set because kitchens are expensive. So we figured, why not? And then we've got a mudroom back there, my son's bedroom, and the garage. Now it's only technically a 2-car garage, but it's deep enough that you could park 4 in here, depending on how big your cars are and depending on what you put on the back here. But it's definitely big enough that you could pull the side-by-side in and then a car behind it, or the riding lawnmower in and a car behind it, or maybe you just pull it in and park it sideways, and then you can work on something while having 2 other vehicles in here. It's also big enough we can get the tractors in here if we need to work on them. And our builders thought of this that we haven't thought of. So if you guys are building a house, take this into consideration. Drains in the floor. Yes. So if you've got, ice coming off your cars and snow like we do here in Michigan, if you're washing your car, or if you're cutting up a deer and you just want to wash the whole floor down, drain. Awesome way to go. And then the mudroom is going to be another really neat feature. So as you can imagine, floors get covered in mud from the dogs when just went running by. So I thought of that too. Yes, I did. So this is the mudroom right here, right? So this is where we're going to come in if we're muddy and dirty. But what about the pets, right? How do you convince them to wipe their feet before coming in the house, Carl? So right here, we're going to have a big bench seat. And inside this bench seat is going to be a doggy door going out to the garage. And then out that door, where is it? Where'd the door go? That door. It's going to have a door going to the backyard that's going to be fenced too. But the dog door is going to come right into the bench seat, and they're going to have to travel through it and then out the other side. And inside the dog tunnel is going to be mats for dogs that are going to clean their feet off before they come in the house. It's genius. This is going to be the new trend for farms. I'm telling you what, because this is like the single biggest thing that drives every female nuts on a farm is keeping the pets clean. It's not just the dogs, it's the cats too, but mostly the dogs. Because they walk through the mud, they walk through the water, and then it's all over your floors that you just cleaned. So I'm excited about that. But the biggest thing is we just wanted a space that we could feel comfortable in. It looks huge from the outside, but square footage, it's 2,000 square feet on the main floor with another 300, I think, upstairs, 300 or 400 up there. So, I mean, we have plenty of space on the main floor to do our main living. We've got entertainment space, so if we have all of the kids over, we'll have lots of space. But here's the other thing. Right here is where we're going to put a big, tall Christmas tree right in the window display. So when we have customers coming into the U-Cut Christmas tree farm, they're going to be able to see that giant Christmas tree in the window and be like, oh, yes, I'm excited to get my tree. That looks awesome. That's the goal. So, and then down here, of course, is the basement. So let's see if I can come down here without falling through the stairs. Okay. Can't go down in the basement. It just dropped connection. So let me see if I can sneak down here a little bit and just stick the camera through. Stick it through. All right. Let me see. Oh, there's trusses. Let me go a little bit further. Quick, quick. There's the safe room. All right. We're not going to do that again. Okay. So one of the things that we have been discussing with this house build is A, how to heat it, and 2, how to cool it. So the idea with a lot of windows that open, we went with casement windows on the front. Now the original plan that we were looking at called for tempered glass windows, which are a lot bigger, and they go floor to ceiling. If you go with casement, you can't get the floor to ceiling according to code. So, well, that we don't want the dogs like climbing all over it either. So we have them dog height. Hopefully they'll be okay. But yeah, those open. The ones on the top don't open. All the other windows open. But this one, and all of our windows and doors, with the exception of the French doors, are Marvin windows. And we've been really happy with Marvin windows. Everything was just perfect coming in. Look at that. It's like butter. Now we can look out at the view. This is what we wanted. So there will be a deck out there eventually. Then we got to put a deck out there too. I really wanted a patio, but you know, with the grade sloping down like that, it's got to be a deck. That's kind of a bummer. But I'm still not sold on the whole heating thing. I think we're going to go with a heat pump. Hey, Carl, what are you doing? Man, builders did a good job installing those because those are not easy to install. So I think we're going to go with a heat pump. I think that's the plan. I really wanted a wood stove, but the big thing with a wood stove is the ceiling. It's not the wood stove that's the expensive part. It's the chimney that's the expensive part. So the chimney was going to cost probably twice as much as the actual stove just to vent it out through the roof. So we're like, pellet stoves actually don't require a chimney. You just vent them right out the side like you do your dryer, which is pretty cool. So you're probably wondering why we're not going with a pellet stove. No, because all the HVAC guys talked us out of it. I still really think it'd be a good way to go. So have CA backup for the heat pump. What's CA? Oh, have a backup for the heat pump. They go out. Oh, yes. So I'm still not exactly sure how heat pumps work, but I know that we have to have, by code, we have to have a furnace to heat the house. So it's going to be a furnace and a heat pump working together, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I would still rather just do, I'm gonna sniff my arm. I would still rather do a pellet stove, but everyone's like, well, a pellet stove's not going to be able to heat your whole house. So I don't know. I guess we'll just have to play it by ear. We are also looking at going full solar. I know a lot of the solar companies are scam artists. We've looked at them, but there was one company that was sponsoring a couple different YouTube channels, and Eric just for giggles looked at them, and their setup, they're having a sale through the end of August right now. Their setup was $15,000, everything included, to run the entire house. And I want to say it was like 20 kilowatt hours, 20,000 kilowatt hours, something like that. I don't know. It was something like it was going to be more than what we needed, according to what Eric was thinking. I know someone who didn't have a backup and almost froze with just a heat pump. Oh my gosh. See, Eric's only considering the heat pump because it's $1,000 more than just an air conditioner alone. To which I argue, like, I don't know if we even need an air conditioner. I mean, we've got all these windows. It's designed to be efficient, hopefully. I mean, it seemed pretty efficient when the builders put the windows in and we had them open. But, I mean, we also don't have the roof sealed off either. The other light. Yeah, so we have a lot of air flowing through right now, which is good. But will change when the house is completely dried in. So, yeah. So that's one of those sticky points, I guess. Because, I mean, really, how you heat and cool the house makes or breaks the house. And if there's one thing that I absolutely hate about our double wide, it's freezing cold all the time in the middle of winter. And it costs a fortune to heat this thing. We go through $600 worth of propane every month in the wintertime. And then an additional, I don't know how much in electricity, but it's a heck of a lot. I mean, our electric bill has been anywhere from, $300 to $600 per month. Yeah, so I'm like ready to dump consumers and be like, out of here. Oh, let's see if I can show you the hayfield. I used to have my cabin over here, and my cabin would bump the Wi-Fi signal down a little bit further, but I'm not. I just have the house now. There's one on the corner of the house inside, so we'll see if it'll reach over to the hayfield. So with the hayfield, I was debating about putting another load of fertilizer down after second cutting, but at the end of the day, it didn't match up with the weather. We had a lot of spontaneous rainstorms. I mean, look at these clouds. We've had so many just random pop-up storms. And to put fertilizer down, I do urea. Now, I know a lot of people have recommended the slow release nitrogen, but A, it's more expensive, and B, it doesn't always work. I was reading about that online, and they said that sometimes it just doesn't release fast enough to make any difference in the soil. So I've had really good luck with urea, so I'm sticking with urea. I just decided I'm just all right, yep, it took me going that far. Anyway, I haven't looked at that one yet. I was trying to get over there before my connection died, so I guess that one's going to remain a mystery for a little bit. That's huge. That's huge. And then the hayfield is still growing pretty short. The one in the back, the one back there further, I don't know how well that shows up on the camera. Can I zoom in? Oh, wow, sorry. I can, but it's not exactly clear. I don't think I've ever tried that before. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, so I mean, third cutting will be kind of thin. I mean, usually third cutting is pretty thin anyway, just because it doesn't like the extreme heat of summertime. So I mean, we'll get enough to put hay up for the rest of our stuff and a couple of customers. Then we have our adult geese live over there. They're chilling out there somewhere, and there's a rooster loose over there. So anyway, guys, I guess that'll be it. I got to get back to work. I've got obviously a ton of stuff to do. But I just want to pop on really quick and give you guys a hello and here's what we're doing. And yep. And so I think if we release 2 videos a day right now, we'll be caught up within probably a little less than a year. So, I mean, I'll still, like, any new stuff, like cutting hay or anything else like that, I'll still pop on this channel too and maybe do some live videos. But the majority of what we're doing is the house, and that's on the other channel. So yeah, I've had a couple of people ask why I hold all my old videos and put them on this channel instead of just starting a new channel. And at the end of the day, I don't know. That's just what I figured would be the easiest way to go. I think because I figured a lot of my main subscriber base wasn't getting notified anyway of my videos. So they honestly wouldn't even notice if I changed the channel. So anyway, guys, thanks for stopping in, and you know, leave your comments down below, especially if you're tuning in a little bit later. And yeah, we'll do this again. Thanks. Have a great day, guys. Bye.